Foundation Course Kabbalah, Part 1, Lesson 11, Rabbi Michael-ben-Pesach, Portnaar. I only tell you about the things I have experienced. I only can tell you about what I have experienced. It doesn't matter if you understand. It is all about the experience and to let the experience enter you. Due to life itself, I have to learn to deal with my own ego. At the end of a life, the own love will be revealed. The first part is about the spiritual. Kabbalah has to help you. We look at the text, page 7. And it isn't enough. He doesn't go forwards in his work. He sees he is going backwards, and he hasn't the strength to do the Torah and the prescriptions with the intention of for himself. And only by way of the true victory of all obstacles, with the faith beyond knowledge, he can perform the Torah and the prescription. But not always he has the strength to overcome the obstacles by going with his faith beyond the knowledge, and he is forced to deviate from the path of the Creator. Even with the intention for himself, he can't do it. It isn't enough he doesn't go forward. Means he who is working on himself, he has the feeling he's going backwards. He doesn't follow the prescriptions, the laws of the universe, and what is more, he can't do it for his own sake. There's no way he can follow them. He can't see his own advantage. Some people fulfill the prescriptions with the thoughts. It is good for my children, or it is good for the afterlife, but they don't work in the now. Only by way of faith beyond knowledge, he can follow the prescriptions. There are feelings of resistance from within all, or from within, till the changes come. You too can feel that a setback gives you strength, and that this setback is the work of the Creator. Then you can find the strength, and accordingly you will have the experience and the feeling. It will never leave you. Now you realize that your inner is a shelter, and you always can rely on it. There's no golden mean, there's no escape, and you can't do it later or half-hearted. A human being experiences all the unpleasant moments as suffering. It isn't easy to come here, meaning to come to the course held in Amsterdam. The ego is resisting, wants you to stay home. Never give way to your ego. This is the battle, and you have to be the winner. How does the ego work? Before we had started our spiritual work, we did good deeds. Why? Because it was the wish of the ego, and we felt good. The ego was satisfied and left us in peace. But now you're going to learn something different. The ego resists. It is your self-love that comes in resistance. Now the ego doesn't feel well. When your ego gives you these signs and you aren't listening to your ego, you have to know the ego becomes angry. He doesn't get his way. At that moment, the ego shows you his weakness. You have to know this is the sign you are proceeding. First, the ego was calm, and now he revolts. No, this is progression. Now the ego shows you his true face. It is the ego telling you, don't go to the Kabbalah lesson. Have a nice dinner, or do this, or do that. The ego never tells you, fight for your life. And every moment has to be a fight for your life, for your fulfillment. You have to taste it. Slowly you will come to reap your fruit. Every generation comes closer to the goal of the Creator. I am only accelerating this process, your tempo. All the drawings I make are within you. Everything is within you. On the drawing you see all the fields of strengths and the strengths of the universe, the light, and the slowly coarsening of the light. First, the Creator had everything within him, and then he withdrew himself, so now there was a place for the Ein Sof. This is the light without any coarsening. This was his first creation. Then came the world of Adam Kadmon, the first world, the first coarsening of the light. This first light was very thin and transparent. This was the first coarsening to create the creation. There had to be made several coarsening before it could arrive in our world, till the point the light was so far away of its first source, the essence could say now, I. There is no other creation that can say I. The creations close to the light are more servants, not beings who can say I. The first world, the world of Adam Kadmon, was coarsened too, and it became absolute. All the corrections we do are coming from this place. This is also a very thin world, so close to the Ein Sof, we can't speak about it, only in the manner of roots. Roots are the first experience, our first understanding about the material. We can't speak, it is even forbidden to speak about this. But I can tell you a little bit, only what is necessarily for the understanding. Absolute is the world of light, and from this world we receive our corrections. After Absolute are coming three more worlds, namely Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. Three worlds of coarsening, more and more coarsening, and the last part of the world, Asiya, is our world. What is our world? The world we experience, the world of our wishes, even the whole universe, the planets, stars, etc., everything what is material, even the space where space travel ever could come, it all belongs to our material world. All the other parts where material can't come can only be penetrated by way of our spiritual understandings. No space travel can come here. We will see these are coverings of the Ein Sof. The Hebrew word for the world is olam, and olama means concealing, the concealed world. It is the concealing of the light, and this is the subject of our study. We are going to study these four worlds, Atzilut, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. Why? We are looking from the light. First there was light, then the coarsening that surrounds and is within all other circles, like onion rings. One layer is from Adam Kadmon. This is a very thin layer surrounded by a circle. We are the product of our world. The Adam we're speaking about was born between the worlds of Atzilut and Bria, seen from above. There were more and more coarsening, and roughest coarsening is the point in the middle of our world. Here we have all the wishes for it to receive, including the stars, the sun. Everything is plus and minus. It is the same with the strengths in our world, plus and minus, adhesion and cohesion. The most outer side is the roughest. The closer you go to the inner side, the lighter and thinner the strengths will be till you come to the experience of the deepest and highest strength within yourself. Where do we find the human being of this world? On the outside, the outer circle. Look at the drawing. All the fields of strengths within the human being are Ein Sof. Then the inner being, followed by the area of the good and evil, and finally the outer being. Everything is in conformity with the attributes. The inner being is in conformity with Absolute. This is the world of correction, and all the corrections are coming from this world. We need these corrections for it to come in conformity to the attributes of the higher world. What are the strengths we have to conform with? The human being is only in our world and in the area of Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. In these worlds we have the area of the good and evil. The closer we near the inner being, the closer we come to the world Bria. In the middle we see the world Yetzirah, and our outer corresponds with the world Asiya. This is within us, the area of our world. Here we have the wishes of our world, for example, food, drink, etc. What is the Ein Sof within the human being? You can see this as the openings within a person where through he can receive the light. Ein Sof is not part of men, but an opening for to experience the light. The other areas are also within the human being, the inner being, the area of the good and evil, and our world. Here we see the strengths, the wishes, and the pleasure of our world. But all these worlds are within the Ein Sof. The more I experience the good, the closer I near the inner being. The more evil I experience, the closer I come to the outer being. We can't know the Ein Sof, but the other worlds can be known. The fields of the inner being, the area of the good and evil, and the outer being. And these are related with the worlds Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. These are the fields of experience. In these areas, in these worlds, in these fields of strengths, here is living the human being. When you can understand this, you will go forwards very fast. It is all within you. By your effort, by going inside, you will come to the understanding. Here we have the key of the eternal life. First there was the Ein Sof and then the layers. The layer of the inner being. This is the area of absolute good. Then we have the area of the good and evil, followed by the outer being. I have said once there is no good within a human being, and although now I say the inner being is the area of the absolute good, you may think this is a contradiction, but it isn't. See, it is this way. Suppose there is a absolute no good in you, how can you come in conformity with the absolute good? These three layers are the human beings. This is the inner of the human being, not the Ein Sof. This is only an opening within the human being. But this opening is so splendid, through this opening the light shines within me. Whole, the way in. It lives in me, but it isn't mine. It isn't part of my wishes. We're talking about the structure of the tree of life. Is it possible for us to have the tree of life if we don't have anything good? The tree of life is part of the coarsening of the light. The Creator had done all the preparations. His wholeness is coarsened into 5 worlds. 5 different coarsening are within us, within the whole of us, in the deepest of the deepest, and from here the light of life comes to us. First the Ein Sof. Within the Ein Sof are all kind of variations. All the 5 worlds are in the Ein Sof. In the deepest of the deepest, there is shining the true light. Within the light itself there's a layer. First Adam Kadmon, then Atzilut, a rougher and rougher form of the light, but within is the endless light. And this is within me, in that hole. And in the splendid opening I have within me, all the powers are coming from this place, the place where life comes from. From this place the true reality comes. All the 5 worlds are within the Ein Sof. Our world is the roughest world. The human being is the roughest, and it is the animal aspect within the human being. The inner world, the good and evil, in our world, are the result of the agreement to quality, or, in other words, it is the intention that we may come in conformity with these worlds, as the prophet had said, I'm doing what my Father does. This means look deep within yourself, then you will have access to the whole structure. Ein Sof is the Father. I have left home and I have entered the outer wishes of the human being. This is the I, and the I is formed according the structure, the rough form within me, and then I bring myself in conformity with the attributes I have within me. This is the so-called point in the heart. This point in the heart is spreading out. Here begins the wish, but it isn't set free from the material, and then one feels disappointed and goes to all kind of courses. He is still looking for satisfaction coming from the wish of the heart. This we can find in every human being. There is no peace in no one till the moment he starts to penetrate himself, the moment he starts to search for the truth. First, there was deception, but when he really searches for the truth, he won't be disappointed anymore. He has become a grown-up person. Only when a person has worked on himself, we can speak about the inner being. Why? Because in the higher there is no differentiation. Here we see one piece of feeling. But as long a person doesn't look inside, just as the prophet did, I'm doing only what my Father does, he won't come in conformity. He will come into the world of Asiyah, and this is the roughest world. Only when a person works on himself, he can come in agreement with the qualities of the higher, and he can rise up to the world Yetzirah, and from there to the world Briya and Atzilut. No one can come to the world of Adam Kadmon. See this world as the Ein Sof. We can't experience this. All these strengths, all these differentiations are within the light, and this is only a spiritual world. But they exist in the universe, macro, but also from within, micro, not in the heart. In the heart we have the wish of how can I come with no effort to the highest profit. This is the wish of the heart. There is no good in our heart. People often talk about good, but the only good within a person is within the inner being. All the temptations I'm telling you about are with the purpose so you can come in conformity to the attributes, because this is the path leading you to your life, to bring yourself in conformity to the light with the laws of the universe, with the laws of the Creator. This is it. How will we work? The closer you come to Ein Sof, all these worlds, they are the good side of a person, but when you come further away, the worse it will be. The inner being is the side of a person in conformity to the nearest world. Now you can create within yourself the inner world of Absolute. Where can you find the strength? This strength is within the magnificent point of the point in the heart. This point in the heart is the essence, the good in a person, which is in conformity with Ein Sof, with the perfect spiritual world, Absolute. Then we have our good and evil. This is the subject of our study, the worlds Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya. And the more we go to the outside, the rougher it becomes. Strengths, the true strengths are within the light, and we're building them up within ourselves, within the inner being. We are the roughest creatures, and the intention is to come to conformity, to the strength within point of the heart. This is our work, our goal. Adam wanted to experience just as we like to experience the Ein Sof. We are speaking only about 4 worlds, although there are 5 worlds. Our world is the place of the wishes that have to do with eating, drinking, etc. How we experience them, not the physical, but the wishes we experience, our awareness, that is our world. Wishes are from our world. We start the study in the area of the good and evil. Within the spiritual world, we see the worlds created by the Creator. And it was the Creator himself who had coarsened the worlds. These coarsening is there, present for always. Why? So we would have the intention to bring ourselves in conformity and to achieve the same attributes. There is no good within me, and you, and you, and you. But when I bring my inner world, the world of my experiences, I bring this in conformity to the attributes of the higher. Then I will learn also the qualities of these attributes of every world. What are the powers within these worlds? When I'm learning this at the same time, I'm creating the inner being of the worlds Absolute, Bria, Yetzirah. I am creating the worlds within me. How do I create? There's a matrix, a blueprint. The light shining within me has enormous power. The shorter the wavelength, the stronger. The deeper I go within me, the shorter the wavelength. And the radiation will become stronger and stronger. And the stronger they shine, I will feel them better. As we told before, spiritual strengths are very short, shorter than whatever wavelength the science will discover. Science never will reach this short wavelength. This is only given to a human being. Every human being can reach this short wavelength by working on himself. That's why the prophet had said, "You will do far more than the miracles I have done." What did he say? He said, each one of you will go deeper within himself, so deep that you will reach this short wavelength. Then you can move mountains. He said, but what is the problem? The problem is doubt. And when you have doubts, you don't have what you want. There is a wanting for everything. You want this and this, but you lack the compromise. There's no strength to surrender yourself. To whom do you have to surrender? Only to your inner true being. All strengths are within you, just as the Ein Sof. Kabbalah only says, bring yourself in conformity to the qualities. This is the way to create. By way of coming in conformity to the qualities, I come in wholeness. And the wholeness is within me. It is my blueprint. When I'm talking to the light of the Creator, when I'm making myself transparent, the light will make a blueprint. I give him the chance to penetrate me. This is what each one of us has to do. Open yourself in a spiritual way and make yourself receptive. By making yourself receptive, you open yourself for the true source of life. Read carefully, concentrate yourself. Take in the words you are going to read. Make yourself small, transparent. This is the way to open yourself for the light. In this way, you are making a matrix, a blueprint, so the light can and will make an imprint. Make yourself as wax. It is easy to make an imprint in wax. The meaning of Kabbalah is to receive. This is the receiving. This is what Kabbalah teaches you. Open yourself for the light, for the source, the essence, the Ein Sof. Kabbalah doesn't speak about a Jew, a Muslim, or whatever person. I'm only speaking about the strengths within every human being. The Jews did understand this. They were the first who made their selves receptive to the light, and this is the true meaning of the word Jew. It is the inner being within the human being, and not the Jew of flesh and blood. Of course, Jewish people have the talent for the spiritual, but when they neglect their talent, misery will be the outcome. If only 1% should learn Kabbalah, a lot of misery will disappear, and not in how they are acting those days. Each one of us has to come to the deepest disappointment. Listen to what I say. I say each one of us, meaning all the people, and not only the Jews. Kabbalah is for every person, and we have to help each other. Only when one tries completely, fully to come to the depth of the spiritual, then man will be liberated. Not everyone has the strength. Not everyone is keeping himself busy with the inner. It doesn't matter. But you have to know, you have to work harder, double as hard. For a Jew, this is an obligation. Every Jew has to do this because when a Jew neglects his task, no one will receive the light. You have to accept this. Don't think a Jew is higher or lower, but it is the wish of the Creator. In his eyes, man is nothing worth without the Jew. Real richness is within the inner. One can't buy this. This is Kabbalah. Kabbalah gives you the inner richness. In this part, I have talked about the spiritual purification. From our outer rough part, we try to go within. But to penetrate this rough and very material is hard and needs a lot of time. It is a slow process. Each day you will have new experiences. It is you who have to come to the thinnest part within yourself by refining the rough material. You have to penetrate yourself. This is what we do in the first part. This is the spiritual work of every being, so now you can experience these three worlds. You have to give the utmost effort for it to come higher. Only when you are higher you will experience. You will experience the truth. In the second part, we will study the worlds. We start with the Ein Sof. Then we have the first coarsening, the world of Adam Kadmon. Then the world absolute, in where we feel our nature. First, everything is very thin, and therefore very difficult. We are going to study the worlds Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiyah. The Creator had created all these worlds, and then He shacked them. All the pieces were mingled, so now He could create Adam. How He did this, we learn later. Everything goes in conformity to the qualities. We are going to learn the structure, how the worlds are made. All these worlds are within me. Where? In the magnificent whole within me. It is you who is going to penetrate, so now you can come to the experience. This whole within me will shine, and you have done this by studying the strengths. These strengths are going to shine upon you and within you. The only thing you have to do is to make yourself small, to make that specific layer within you available. Making yourself available, so now these strengths can and will enter, and this will bring you in conformity to the attributes. By way of this learning, you make yourself from within ready. It is you yourself making yourself in conformity with the strengths. Then you can start to know them, and at the same time the light will make an imprint deep within us. The light has such a power, it penetrates you completely. The deeper you can go, the closer you near the Ein Sof. The further the light will come within you. The complete correction will find place only when the arrival of the Messiah is there. The correction takes up the holy sparkles to above. They will surround the earthly world, and then there is no longer the itching. The snake, or our world, this is the snake, won't bother you any longer, because we are surrounded by way of his holy sparkle of the inner being. The snake is bothering us, and each person feels these disturbances. You can't do a thing about this. Only by keeping yourself busy with your inner you can bear it. But you have to work on yourself in a true way. When there is no playing, you will receive the strength. You will receive what we name belief beyond the understanding. This is the start. You have to know that your intellect is luring you. It says all nice things to you. For example, why make yourself small? Why should you annul yourself? Etc. I'm speaking about your life. Let it be your life. There is no other way than to come to the deepest disappointment. Only then you can go inside. Then you start the work. It is your travel, your path leading to your inner, to your Ein Sof. It is you who have to be aware when you have the feeling of severity, the power of angriness. Then you have to try to work on yourself, to bring yourself to Hasidim, to mercy. This is your work. With every feeling of deception, depressing, angriness, or even when you think evil on someone else, ask the strength of Bina as soon as you have such thoughts, that Bina may help you to lessen your thoughts and wishes. So now you may receive love. Only by love you can lessen your wishes, and this is your work. You have to do this on your own. It is you who has to ask in every situation for the strength to help you till the day you die. It is your work to bring every wish to the inner. You are, you was, and will never be guilty as soon as you go within. Don't give up. You are who you are. It's your path. The path leading you to your inner being. Every moment has to be brought inside. Sweeten your powers of angriness, deception, etc. So now you can experience the support of the light. When you become angry, you are as dead. Then there is no relation with the light. Open yourself for the love, for the sources of life. Refer to drawings, Kli, and light. Lesson 11, drawing 1, and lesson 11, drawing 2. The worlds and the outer being, our world.